Hello everyone, today I'll be explaining about the process of electrolysis on CaCl2 or calcium chloride, which is a white powder. So situation 1 is when calcium chloride is in its aqueous state or when it is dissolved with water. So the available ions will be Ca2+, Cl-, H+, and OH-. What happens in a cathode would be effervescence because the reaction happening would be 2H plus 2E- equals to H2 or hydrogen gas. We select hydrogen gas because between calcium and hydrogen, according to the reactivity series, calcium is higher up than hydrogen, meaning it is more reactive than hydrogen. Therefore, we're selecting the less reactive one, so we're selecting hydrogen. And on the anode, we will also be observing effervescence because we are going to be selecting the hydroxide ions. Therefore, the reaction happening in the anode would be 4OH- will be equal to 2H2O plus O2 plus 4 electrons. So the final equation with the electrons cancelled would be 4H plus 4OH- equals to 2H2O plus O2 plus 2H2. So as you can see, in the anode, the ones that will be attracted would be the hydroxide ions, and in the cathode, the ones that will be attracted would be the H+ ions or the hydrogen ions. And for situation 2, which is the concentrated situation, for the cations, we will be selecting the same hydrogen ions because we will still be following the reactivity series. And since hydrogen is still less reactive than calcium, therefore we're going to be selecting hydrogen. And for the ones in the anions, however, we're going to be selecting the chloride ions instead of the hydroxide ions because it is concentrated. So therefore we're going to be selecting the chloride ions because the hydroxide ions are only selected when the situation given is aqueous and not concentrated. So in the cathode, we can observe the same observation, which is effervescence, because we select the hydrogen ions. Therefore, the reaction that's happening in the cathode would be 2H plus 2E- equals to hydrogen gas. And for the anode, since we selected the chloride ions, therefore the observation we're going to get is also effervescence, but with a yellow-green gas. And the reaction equation would be 2Cl- would be equal to Cl2 in its gaseous state plus 2 electrons. And with the electrons cancelled, the full equation would be 2H plus 2Cl- will be equal to H2 in its gaseous state and Cl2 in its gaseous state. And the last situation is when it is molten. Since when it is molten, it will not be dissolved in water like in aqueous and concentrated states. Therefore, it would only have calcium ions and chloride ions. So there would be no hydrogen or hydroxide ions since it is not dissolved in water. So in the cathode, the reaction we can observe is Ca2 plus 2E- equals to calcium in its solid form, and the observation would be shiny metal is deposited. And on the anode, we will be able to observe effervescence with yellow-green gas with the reaction equation of 2Cl- will be equal to Cl2 in its gaseous state and 2 electrons. So the final equation with its electrons cancelled would be Ca2 plus 2Cl- equal to Ca plus Cl2. Thank you.